Since the late 1990s, eerie stories of black-eyed children have surfaced, spreading fear and fascination across the world. They appear at night, as if from the shadows themselves, small, pale children with hollow black eyes, eyes so dark and empty that witnesses say it's like looking into the void. Who are these mysterious children, and what do they want from us? Tonight, we dive deep into the latest encounters of 2024. Could these sightings be a warning? A sign that their appearances are growing more frequent and more terrifying than ever before? Our first story takes us to a desolate country road where a lone traveler found himself face to face with one of these entities. As he drove through the stillness of the night, something appeared in the headlights. A small figure standing by the roadside. A child. But something about this child was unsettling, unnatural, pale, with a face almost expressionless. And then the driver noticed the eyes, those completely black eyes. The child approached, stepping closer to the car, and in a soft, emotionless voice asked, "Can I use your phone?" But the driver felt a chill run down his spine, a primal sense of dread. He couldn't bring himself to respond. The child's gaze felt wrong, as if it wasn't just looking at him, but looking into him, reading his fear, feeding on it. He drove off, heart pounding, but he swears he could still feel the child's eyes on him for miles, as if that dark gaze had imprinted itself into his mind, never to be forgotten. Our next encounter takes us to the heart of suburbia, where a family's sense of security was shattered by a sight caught on their security camera. It was late at night when the father heard a faint tapping on the front door. Checking the camera, he froze. Two children stood on the doorstep, staring directly into the camera. Their faces were pale, their expressions blank, and their eyes black, hollow, devoid of anything human. The children knocked again, this time louder, their voices barely above a whisper, asking to come inside. But the family couldn't shake the feeling of unease, the sense that something was deeply wrong. As they watched the footage, they felt a growing sense of dread that filled the room. Later, as they tried to sleep, the sounds of soft tapping continued, echoing in their minds long after the children had disappeared into the night. Even re-watching the footage filled them with a chilling realization. These weren't normal children. These were entities with an intent beyond human understanding. Encounters with black-eyed children aren't limited to lonely roads or quiet homes. In an apartment complex, tenants began to share whispered stories of children appearing in the hallways late at night. One tenant, coming home late, noticed two children standing at the end of the corridor, their figures barely visible in the darkness. As he walked closer, he saw their eyes, dark and unblinking, following his every move. The tenant's heart raced as he took a step back, only to see the children take a step forward in unison, as if drawn to his fear. He quickly retreated into his apartment, locking the door, but he swears he could hear their voices, faintly calling out, asking to be let in. For days afterward, residents reported sightings of these black-eyed children lurking at the ends of hallways, watching, waiting. Some began avoiding the hallways at night altogether, too afraid of what they might see lurking in the shadows. So, who or what are these black-eyed children? Theories abound, each one more chilling than the last. Some believe they are demonic entities, drawn to human fear and feeding off of it. Their black eyes are said to be a mark of the void, the emptiness within. Others suggest that they are lost souls, wandering between worlds, seeking a way back through human compassion and vulnerability. In some tales, these black-eyed children are seen as omens of disaster, appearing only to those marked by misfortune. But even science has its theories. Psychologists suggest that these encounters could be a form of mass hysteria or the result of our brains playing tricks on us in moments of fear. Still, many paranormal researchers argue that these children are something else entirely, something our world has yet to fully understand. Could they be visitors from another dimension, caught between worlds, trying to find a way into ours? Despite skepticism, the number of sightings continues to rise. Videos and photos of black-eyed children circulate online, some dismissed as hoaxes, others more mysterious. Paranormal experts pore over these images, unable to dismiss them all as mere tricks of light or digital manipulations. And as these stories spread, so too does the fear, for those who believe these children are real and they are getting closer. So what should you do if you encounter one? If you ever encounter a black-eyed child, remember, never let them in. They are said to be drawn to fear and feed on the terror they inspire. Lock your doors, avoid eye contact, and trust the instinct that tells you something is wrong. For once you let them in, you may never be rid of them. The legend of the black-eyed children is a haunting reminder that not every knock at the door should be answered, especially not in the dead of night. Thank you for watching Mind Junkie Ghost. If you've ever had an experience with black-eyed children, share it in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe for more stories that take you to the edge of fear.